Hello and welcome to episode 138 of The Pilgrimage on FM23. I'm Jamie, and coming up on today's episode is the pre-season edition, and as you can see I've come back a few days earlier than planned because we've got a job interview with Juventus. So let's get straight into it, and that interview is coming up in just a moment. Okay, here we are in the interview then, and the board are pleased I've taken the time to attend today. There are a few questions they'd like to ask to see if I'm the manager they want to take the club forward. So it's great to be here. Let's get started. Can you tell me why managing at a number of clubs as you have done is a good thing? I am going to promise them that I'm ready to settle down and build something, to leave a legacy. Considerable reservations about the fact you've shown a tendency to spend only a short amount of time at a club. Why has that been the case? Never been nervous to move around if I felt it would benefit my career. The fact I'm attending this interview vindicates my approach. I think that should be fine. Are you able to say why you have moved between clubs quite so often? I'm ready to settle down. You've developed a reputation for applying for other jobs while still employed. What's all that about? I will not let anything stand in the way of my ambition to further my career prospects. We receive a large amount of media attention, and your media handling has been dubious to say the least. Why is that the case? I think I deal with the media just fine. You've previously been embroiled in media controversies, citing your inability to cultivate a strong dressing room atmosphere. What can you say to address our concerns about that happening here? I'll cultivate a healthy atmosphere. I don't want to make another promise. I will convince them on this. In fact, no, I want to say something along the lines of I've learned from it. So exactly that one then. That happened a long time ago. I've learned from those mistakes. Are you able to ease our worries about losing the backing of your players and the subsequent airing of dirty laundry in public? There won't be a problem with dressing room atmosphere. Am I comfortable working with Pablo Longoria, their director of football? Yeah, absolutely. What sort of budget are you needing to put together your backroom team? A small one. I don't think I'll make loads. And this is their vision for the future. And what do I think of it? So possession football, good. Make the most of set pieces, okay, fine. High tempo pressing football, good. Defensively solid football, I think I can do that. Sign players under the age of 23, absolutely fine. Work within the wage budget, maintain the club's status as the most reputable team in Italy, good. And 1 year contracts for players over the age of 32, fine with that. They want me to win Serie A in 39-40 and continue doing so. I'm on board with that, so yeah, absolutely. And they're not expecting anything of me this season. They'll discuss next season's objectives later. That's fine. Any requests? No, I'm good. And that is the end of the interview. So I'll be back in a moment to let you know how I've got on. Okay, well, Juventus have come back to me and are asking for my suggested backroom changes. So it looks like we're probably getting the job. So I'm going to suggest the changes that I want, and there aren't many that I want to take with me, if I'm honest. And in fact, are any of them even willing to come? They're not, by the looks of it. So there is absolutely no one in the Lazio backroom staff who is willing to move over to Juventus. So I am just going to confirm exactly the changes or exactly the backroom staff that are already in place, and hopefully we'll get an offer very shortly. Okay, well, we didn't have to wait long. 30th of June, they've come back to me and have offered me the job. I've checked and my current salary is £27,000 a week. So let's start negotiations and seal the deal for the job at Juventus. So they're offering me a 2-year contract on £85,000 a week, and they want me to challenge for the title and then win it next season. So I think we absolutely don't need to make any changes to that. So we just finalise the deal and exit the talks, and I'll be back in a moment to confirm that we have taken over as manager of Juventus. Okay, so here it is then, the official confirmation. In a move which is sure to spark plenty of heated debate, Jamie Sheehan has left Lazio to join divisional rivals Juventus. Sheehan arrives with a record of 387 wins, 177 draws and 228 defeats in his career. He's also won 4 league titles. His first game in charge will be against Atalanta in Serie A on the 22nd of August 2038. Questions will be raised as to why Sheehan made the decision to take up a different job within the same division, but he will face pressure to bring immediate success to Allianz Stadium given his former employers and previous standing. Eduardo Coude was considered to be the favourite for the job, but following his public denial of any interest, the club were forced to move in another direction. Lazio will now be looking for a new manager. Sheehan, a National League North winner with Chester, brings a wealth of experience with him. Sheehan has earned himself a reputation for wanting his team to dominate possession and appears to be a great fit for the club's current vision at Allianz Stadium. Sheehan prefers to use a 4-3-3 DM-wide formation. Sheehan lifted the Sky Bet Championship with Stoke in 2036 and will now be afforded the chance to enhance his reputation by bringing success to his new club. The job will see him come up against a pair of his former clubs in S.S Lazio and US Città di Palermo in the season ahead. So there it is, official confirmation. We have joined Juventus, and I'll introduce you to the players in just a moment. Okay, time now to meet the players and to start to formulate a plan as to who we might look to bring in, or what positions we might look to cover in the summer transfer window. And we begin in goal. As you can see, Faris Yusufu is the best goalkeeper at the club, and Leandro Protelli is not great as a backup. So I think we'll probably look to bring in another goalkeeper and let Protelli go. We move on to left back, and we've got Pablo Dinaya and Simone Mancuso. Although again, Mancuso, although he's got plenty of potential this season, probably could do with maybe a lone player at left back to upgrade on Mancuso. Moving on to centre-backs, we've only got 2 centre-backs at the club, Alfie Dorrington and Aliuna Diaye, and Diaye isn't great, so we're going to need probably 2 or 3 central defenders at the club. And on to a right-backs, and this is a position we're in reasonably good shape. Quacquarelli is brilliant, and Pablo Dinaya is a reasonably good backup, although as you'll remember, he is also the best left back at the club. So again, we probably need a backup right back. So we'll move on to defensive midfield, Tinina and Lavia are as good as each other, so they'll fight it out for that position. Tinino is also the best central midfielder as a deep lying playmaker at the club, backed up by Lavia and Ian Smith. On the right, in the Mazzala role, Tinino once again is the best, backed up again by Lavia and Smith. So again, we need more reinforcements in midfield. We move on to left wing, and Amara Batili and Jean-Philippe Teixeira are both good players on that side. On the right hand side, we've got Joffrey, and Ian Smith is appearing once again, so we probably again need to bring in a right winger. And then we move on to up front. We've got Alessandro Garnacho, who is a 3-star striker, backed up by Jean-Philippe Teixeira, who again is appearing in multiple positions. So we're going to need another striker as well. So we're going to be very busy in the January window, and in the summer transfer window. And I will come back at the end of pre-season and show you the replacement players that I've brought in. I'll talk to you again in a moment. Okay, the pre-season friendlies are done, and the signings we wanted have been made, so let's meet them. And first signing of the summer was James White for £46 million from Chelsea, so let's meet him. And as you can see, he's a 22-year-old American centre-back, 3.5 stars of current ability, 4 stars of potential, the best centre-back at the club. So delighted to have him on board. As you can see, he was at the World Cup with America. So let's meet the next player through the door. Familiar name to followers of the series, Vedran Stamenkovic from Lazio, my previous club. So we've brought Vedran with us for £40 million. And let's just refresh our memories. 3-star current ability and potential, 30-year-old Serbian striker. And we all know how lethal he was last season in my Lazio team that went so close to winning the title. Fingers crossed he can do something similar for Juventus. And after Vedran Stamenkovic, Cedric Delcourt came in for £35 million from Villarreal. And Cedric is another centre-back, 3 stars of current ability, 3.5 stars of potential, 26 years old, Belgian international, so very pleased to seal his signature, and hopefully he will be a big part of the season to come. After Cedric Delcourt, Anton Stojanovic was next in for £10 million from Udinese. And Anton is 21 years old, Slovenian, and is a centre-back and right-back. So primarily I think he'll be a centre-back. Obviously he can also play right-back as well. So nice versatility there. And he's got 4 stars of potential. So loads of room for him to improve. And next in after Anton Stojanovic, Ugo Patriško for £35 million from Chelsea. And Ugo is another striker, 3-star current ability and potential, 23-year-old Croatian international, capped once by his country. So fingers crossed he will have a big part to play. And after Ugo was our final signing of the summer. We raided Udinese again, £21 million spent this time on Gianni Ado And Gianni is a goalkeeper, 3 stars of current ability and potential, 29-year-old Colombian international, loads of experience. So fingers crossed he will be a reliable custodian between the sticks. And so that concludes all of the signings, and I'll be back in a moment to show you the results from pre-season. Okay, here are the pre-season friendly results then, and as you can see, we started with a trip to Piacenza, beat them 4-0. We then played Sampdoria on tour to Piedmont and beat them 2-0. Also on the tour, we beat Milan 3-0, Palermo 2-0, and then we finished our tour with a 3-2 win against Lecce, and then finished pre-season with a 9-0 demolition away from home of Greek side AEK Athens. So that concludes the pre-season roundup. So all that's left now is for me to tell you what is coming up on the next episode, and I'm going to bring you straight back, show you the opening 2 games of the season, where we are away to Atalanta and then at home to Spal. So that will be on the next episode, and if you've enjoyed that, please leave a nice thumbs up on there for me. Subscribe to the channel for Monday to Friday Football Manager videos. Thank you very much indeed for watching, and goodbye.